Hello, hello. It is Sherunda Simone. This is the first time, however, I'm coming on as Dr. Sherunda Simone. So I'm going to see if anybody joins this live. This is actually my first live ever here on YouTube. If you follow me on Instagram, then I've done maybe one live there so far. So we'll see what happens. Happy Memorial Day to everybody in the United States. That's what we are celebrating today. But more importantly, I praise God for all of the men and women who gave their lives so that we can have the freedom that we have in the US. So again, this is probably not a time when I'll be able to go live in the future, but I am off today for the holidays. So I figured I would pop in and actually cover something that I don't talk about much here on my channel. So if you're just joining the live, hello, it is me, Sherunda Simone, but today I'm coming in as Dr. Sherunda Simone. So one of the main questions that I get as a podiatrist is how to handle dry skin. So I'm going to wait for a couple more people to come in the live. While I'm waiting, I'm going to just clean up my eyebrows. If you guys have any specific questions about dry skin on your feet, go ahead and put them in the comment section and I'll answer them. But I get a lot of questions about dry skin, and as a podiatrist, it's something that I manage often. No, the first thing to know is that dry skin can be for a number of reasons, okay? So it could be due to poorly controlled or even well-controlled diabetes. That can be a reason why you have dry skin. Again, I'm just waiting for people to come in. So I see we have a few viewers. Hello, hello. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am going to get to the dry skin part, but I'm waiting to see if more people come in, okay? If you have any comments, go ahead and put them in the comment section, all right? But yeah, so dry skin can be caused by many things, all right? It could be diabetes, it could be eczema, it could be an infection, all right? It could be something like athlete's foot that can cause dry skin. Again, I'm just filling in my eyebrows because I'm about to go someplace and I don't want to just be sitting here looking in the camera if you guys aren't going to pop in. All right, so that's it for my eyebrows. But anyway, like I was saying, dry skin on your feet can be caused by a number of reasons, okay? It could be due to an infection, right? So like a bacterial infection, a fungal infection, it could be atopic dermatitis, it could be due to an allergic reaction, all right? So there are a number of reasons why someone can have dry skin. Now, I highly recommend that if you have dry skin and you don't know the reason behind it, then you should talk to a podiatrist, okay? So this video is not meant to diagnose or treat anybody's foot condition, but it's one of the main things that I get asked about in my office when I see patients. So for those who don't know, I am a licensed surgically trained podiatrist. And so, yeah, that's what I do every day. Now, the reason I don't talk about podiatry things much here on my channel is just because I talk about it all day, every day. So by the time I come home, I really don't feel like talking about it, but it is something that I know will be helpful to you because it's summertime and we want to show our feet, right? But if you have dry skin, which I used to have really bad dry skin, okay? Really, really bad dry skin. And it's crazy because I'm a foot doctor. So I was like, okay, something's not right here. I know that I didn't have a fungal infection. I know I didn't have a bacterial infection. I know it wasn't due to some underlying metabolic, problem. So what was it? It was just dry skin. Well, let me tell you the first thing. It does not have to do as much with your lotion, okay? A lot of times people are saying like, look, doc, I put on lotion, in the morning and I buy expensive lotion. Yes, good quality is important, okay? But it has more so to do with how you're using the lotion, okay? So lotion sometimes is not enough because if your skin is typically dry, then even if you put something on top of it, it might still escape, okay? And what I mean by escape is, you know how you put lotion on and then 2 hours later, the lotion is gone? Has that ever happened to you? Let me know in the comments. It's because your skin is allowing the moisture to escape. And for some people, it could be hereditary. Some people, it's environmental. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's your diet. Again, lots of reasons why you can have dry skin. But if you just have dry skin and you want to address the dry skin, then I'm going to tell you what you can do. First thing is you do want to get a good quality lotion. Okay, that is important. You want to get good quality lotion. So a few that I recommend, again, this is just, you know, what I tell my patients in the office is what I found to be helpful. Some that I really like, Curel, that is a really good brand. Okay, Curel is good. I like the Ultra Healing Intense, you know, intensive care lotion. However, it's not just about the lotion, okay? There's a step 2 to it. So stay tuned because there is step 2. If you're using high quality lotion and your skin is still dry, you know what I'm talking about, right? So it's something more. So another brand that I think is very good is Gold Bond. Okay, this is another good brand. All of these though, you should not put between your toes. And that's something I tell all my patients, whether you're diabetic, whether you have peripheral vascular disease, whether you have neuropathy, it doesn't matter. Whether you have perfect feet except for dry skin, or even if you don't have dry skin, nobody should be putting lotion or moisturizers, creams, emollients between your toes, okay? It can lead to a fungal infection, bacterial infection. How often, okay, someone just asked how often should you lotion your feet? So I recommend definitely after you wash or, you know, shower, right? So at least once a day, at least once a day. But if you have dry skin, then you're going to want to lotion at least, you know, twice a day, right? Because the more you lotion, the more you're adding moisture into the skin. However, again, it's not just the lotion. If you have really dry skin, there's something else, okay? But another brand, I'll get to that in just a minute, all right? I just want to give you guys some ideas of some good quality moisturizers you can pick up. Another one is Lubriderm. I do like Lubriderm. And I actually have like 2 different types, okay, of Lubriderm. I find that the advanced therapy works a little bit better. Okay, of course, it kind of depends on your skin, but Lubriderm is a good one. So far we've talked about Curel, we talked about Gold Bond, and Lubriderm. Now there are many others that I also like. I like Jergens. I find that Jergens is a little bit more liquid, a little bit more wet, doesn't have that thick cream, you know, as far as lotions and moisturizers are concerned. But here's the second thing, you guys. This is what really, really makes it all, you know, makes a big difference, okay? Yes, no, well, no, you should not be putting it between the toes. If you do that, again, it can cause the skin to break down. It can lead to cracks between the toes. It can make it too moist, and then bacteria and germs can get in as well as fungus. So I tell everybody, it doesn't matter if you're old, young, if you're healthy, if you have other problems, nobody should be putting lotion between the toes. Like, I'm a stickler about that because I've seen so many patients come in and they have, you know, issues between their toes, and I ask them, hey, do you put lotion? And they're like, yeah, because it's dry, it's flaking, it's cracked. Don't put lotion there. Sometimes there's an underlying problem like athlete's foot, which doesn't do well with lotion. You have to use an antifungal, all right? Okay, so the second piece to it, all right? You've used your high quality lotion and you've washed and dried really well. You put your lotion on after, okay? But here's the key. You've got to use some kind of skin protectant, okay? A skin protectant is very different than a moisturizing agent. A lot of times I have patients and they come in and they say, doc, I'm using lotion, doesn't work. So then they stop with the lotion and then they bought Vaseline and they're slathering on Vaseline. And they're like, why is my skin still dry? Because Vaseline is a skin protectant. If a baby has a diaper rash, what do? We put some A&D ointment, we put some Vaseline on there. That helps protect the skin from extra moisture or extra poop, right? So if you want to keep the skin as you find it, then you use Vaseline. So if your skin is dry and you put Vaseline on top of dry skin, it's going to keep your skin dry. That's why Vaseline alone does not work, okay? But if you do step 1, which is your high quality lotion, and then you go behind it with the Vaseline, boom, then you have a lot better results, okay? So that is what I tell most of my patients. It is 2 steps. The first step is your good quality lotion, okay? And then the second step is your Vaseline or A&D ointment, something that protects the skin. So you need a skin protectant. And that combination I have found works really well for most people, okay? Now, again, there could be a number of reasons why you have dry skin. It could be an allergic reaction, it could be fungal infection, it could be a metabolic problem, all right? So this is not an end-all type video, but if you just have a regular old dry skin that is not seeming to respond to your lotion or your Vaseline, try putting them together. Lotion plus Vaseline or some other skin protectants like A&D ointment, okay? And that will, or that should help you out more significantly than if you just use lotion by itself, okay? Anybody have any other questions regarding dry skin or cracked heels? Another thing too, I recommend is to, put on your high quality lotion followed by your skin protectant, okay? Especially at night. You can do that at night if you have dry, cracked heels. Put that on, put a good amount, okay? You're going to rub it in really well, do step 1, step 2, then put on a nice breathable cotton sock, all right? That is another way you can kind of hold that moisture in overnight. Can you wear dress shoes with no socks? No. Most socks or most shoes should have some kind of barrier between your foot and the shoe. And the reason for that is, yes, moisture control, but also it's because of friction. If you don't have some kind of barrier to allow your skin to properly glide against the inside of the shoe, then you can develop blisters. And that can be very painful. So yeah, even with dress shoes, nowadays, I mean, there are so many different types of socks that are thin, very thin, and they're, like peekaboo socks where you don't see them with dress shoes. So you can definitely still, have a trendy look, but you should have socks on. And a lot of the fabric now is like, non-breathable fabric, even for shoes. So all that extra moisture and heat, plus the friction, that's a perfect storm for a lot of problems, including fungal infection. So that's something there too. You definitely don't want to have moisture plus heat plus darkness, because that's the perfect storm for athlete's foot, which is a fungal infection. So yeah, try as much as you can. In keeping with the trends, I get it, but you still want to wear socks with dress shoes. Any other questions? Any other questions? Thank you guys so much for tuning in to my very first live. If you are catching this on the replay and you have any other questions, please, drop them in the comment section, all right? Because I will definitely try to respond either with another video or in the comments, all right? But this is the first video here on my channel as Dr. Sherunda Simone. Let's see, do you recommend orthotics? I do recommend orthotics, even if you don't have foot problems. And the reason I say that is because, depending on your lifestyle, you could help prevent problems by wearing orthotics. Now, if you have a job that demands you be on your feet for long periods of time, or, a job that allows you to do strenuous activities, then I would highly recommend. But for most people, you don't need to get custom inserts unless you have a foot problem. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to shell out the money or go to a specialist. But there are certain over-the-counter brands that work better. I know lots of people like to go into places like Walmart and stand on the little foot scanner. And for some people that works, but by the time they come to me in the office, they've tried that, it doesn't work. So I'm not saying don't stand on the scanner in Walmart. What I am saying is, if you find that those inserts or orthotics are not helpful, then you want to seek a specialist and get maybe a higher quality or a more specific orthotic for your foot. Good questions. Very good questions. And not everybody needs inserts, but I mean, if you're at the point where you're on your feet a lot to help prevent problems, I think it's a good idea. It's like compression socks or compression stockings. If you're on your feet often, if you're a mom that's running around after kids, if you work in a factory, you know what I'm saying? If you're in the healthcare field, if you are in customer service, you work at a grocery store, you probably should be having, compression stockings, because when you're on your feet a lot, gravity takes a toll, and that can add to swelling in the legs and varicose veins. and a lot of aches and pains. So yeah, compression socks is another thing that I believe, you know, we should all be using if you're on your feet. If your lifestyle requires you to be on your feet a lot, compression socks, whether you're having problems or not. All right, let's see. Any other questions for me? Again, if you guys are catching this on the replay, you know what to do. Drop me a comment, number one, let me know that you're here. Also, too, if you want more videos like this, and just catch this on the live, let me know. I probably won't be able to go live in the middle of the day because I'm working, but I am off today. So that's why I'm live at this particular hour. All right, I am not seeing any more questions. I do hope you guys found this helpful. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Again, I am Dr. Sherunda Simone, and I will either see you at the top or from the top. You decide. Bye.